Those voices are coming.
Hello and welcome. Well, they already heard one of you. Who was that, Sean? That was saying. Started. He's like, "Oh, I saw your face go. Oh." Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Xbox Life episode 350. Two for the price of one. I am one of your hosts of this Xbox Life, to say, Brun BJ Swick 33. Along with me, other TXL host that everybody knows is Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello, hello. Also known as Presar.
And then we have two special guests. So Wingman is not here this week. We miss him dearly. He might be 2 weeks before he's back. Actually, some things going on that he obviously can't make it. Two special guests. They are from the Horrible Gamers. If everybody is familiar, we've mentioned them before here on the show. We have two of their hosts. We have They Call Me Imes. Correct?
Hey, yep, that is it, man. What's up, Brun? What's up, Rob?
What up?
So, Sean. We're going to call him Sean for short, if that's okay with everybody. And also, Jesus Walks a Lot.
Hello, hello.
And
How's everybody doing?
And we're going to call him the Lord and Savior for the rest of the show. No, we're going to call him Jesus for short. So, how was everybody? Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay. We are days late on our show. And I'm going to start off by apologizing because it is completely my fault. Because
That's right.
Tuesday night, I email Mark and Rob, and I'm like, "Oh, guys, I forgot that I have an event to go to tomorrow. I cannot make it." And I've yet to actually sit down with them and train them on or show them the setup with the boards and XSplit and SubAlert and Audacity and all the other MooBot and 15 applications that we got running right now to host our show on Twitch. I haven't went over that with them, so I kind of, when I can't be there, I kind of bring it to a halt. And it's all my fault because I haven't sat down with them, and it's
Yes,
my
it
fault.
is.
Yes, I know. But there was a concert I had to go to. So we bought tickets months ago. It was Fall Out Boy. I don't know if you guys, what kind of music everybody listens to, but
Wait, who'd you see, Yanni?
no, Fall Out Boy. And Wiz Khalifa, if you believe it or not. It was a mixed card that it was crazy, actually. It was a good concert. I had a blast. It was a good time. So,
Nice.
and that is my son yelling and screaming behind me.
Hey, did Wiz Khalifa do black and yellow?
Yes, he did.
Nice.
So, yeah, he did all his stuff. He put on a good show. It was the first, I've been to all sorts of concerts, but they mainly been rock and old rock and stuff like that. I've never been to like a rap concert or anything like that, and he did a good job. So a lot of people there to see him, and it was a great time. So no fights, no thing. Everybody was real cool. I like when everybody can just go and enjoy themselves and enjoy music and things like that. So, but that's the reason why we're multiple days late here on a Sunday instead of a Wednesday. So, but I did see where people in the Facebook and stuff's like, yes, on Sunday where the show should be and stuff. So we'll see
Yeah.
if they show up today. I am counting and watching. So, but all right, we're gonna start off with what everybody has been playing, and which guest would like to go first?
Go ahead, Jesus. I know what you've been playing, Jesus, and we could probably bounce off each other.
Okay, so this week I've been playing some Game of Thrones. That's the Telltale series on Xbox One. The reason I've been playing this is because I had to go back and had to restart episode 4, so I'm redoing that. And of course, I love the Game of Thrones series, the series on HBO. And the game, it's really good, and I'm really enjoying it. I really feel like when I play this game that I am in the Game of Thrones TV show, I feel like the decisions that I make in the game actually, affect the story somehow, even though it really doesn't. I'm also been playing Killzone Shadowfall. I barely started that game this week. I'm not really far into it. I gotta say, it's really hard compared to other first-person shooter games that I played. Maybe it's the PS4 controls. Maybe it's the way it just handles. The guns feel heavier. I don't know. Having a hard time with that. Also played The Last of Us, the remastered version on the PS4. Taking that game pretty slow. I'm not rushing through it at all. I'm literally taking my time with it. Like, I've been playing it for the last 2-3 weeks now. Having a blast with that. And I played a very interesting game today, actually. I started it earlier. I still haven't finished it. It's a very, very... It's not a game. It's like you're watching videos. It's called Her Story.
Oh wow.
And this game is very interesting. So basically, you start the game up and you have a computer screen on your computer. I think it's on iPhone as well. Basically, you just click on these videos and it's like an interview of a real person. This girl and she's being interviewed and it says interrogation room B, and it'll say a date and a time up on the upper right hand corner of the screen. And basically she'll start the first video. She's like, yes, that looks like a murder. And yes, and like the video was only like 5 seconds long, and you're like, okay, like it looks like a murder. Okay, what is she talking about? So you click on the next video, and then she starts talking about her friend, and she's like, yeah, me and my friend were hanging out, and we were doing this. And then you click on all these different videos, and all it is like it's her being interviewed in an interrogation room, and it's the camera recording her responses. But the videos only last 30 seconds or 45 seconds or a minute or less. And it's just her talking, like answering questions that the detectives have been asking her. But the videos are scrambled. So then you have to go and search. You click on this little search button, like the search bar, and you type in a keyword, like let's say she was talking about stories, and you put in stories, and then it'll pop up all the videos where she mentioned stories when she was talking. And you click on them and you watch them, and you're trying to like basically put this story together that she's telling you. And then there's another girl in the video, and she's telling her side of the story of what happened. And it's kind of really weird because you're jumping back and forth and you're kind of jumping in between all these videos. And I gotta say, I feel like I'm watching like I'm behind the scenes of one of these unsolved mystery TV shows or something. Like you're watching somebody talk about murdering somebody or about their life, about what they were doing that day. She'll be talking about like, yeah, I came home that day and I knew he wasn't home, and I knew he wasn't home because his jacket wasn't hanging on the coat hanger. And she's talking about her life. And you're sitting there like wondering like, okay, like how does this all tie together? Like, is she just making this up? Is she lying to me? What's going on? And I don't even know what the point of the story is. I think it's just to watch the videos and try to make your own story out of it.
That's
But that's
exactly
what I've been
what it
playing
is.
this week. That's
Yeah.
all I've been playing this week. I know you played that
Yeah.
game, Iams. I know you played Her Story, and I know you really enjoyed it. I know I was asking you earlier, like, what am I watching? I don't even know what I'm watching. I just know this chick is psycho. Like, she really is. She's like a psychotic person. She's like she'll start laughing out of nowhere, and like she'll tell you like this crazy thing, and then she'll start laughing about it, and you're just sitting there like, wow, like what am I watching? Like, she did a really good job at the acting on this game.
Where are you? What have you been playing that on?
It's on PC. I mean, I'm running it on my laptop, and my laptop's not even a gaming laptop. It literally can run on anything. I'm pretty sure because it's also on the iPhone, and on the iPhone, I believe it costs $5.99, the same price as it is on Steam.
Yeah, I saw.
But I'm pretty
$5.99 on
sure,
Steam.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure you'd want to play this game more on your laptop because you're typing, you're typing out words that she's saying. You can type notes on each video. Like you could type in like, let's say she's describing the murder scene to you, and on that video you can type in murder scene. So whenever you want to watch that video again, you just go on your search bar and you type in murder scene, and it'll pop up that keyword because you tagged a keyword to that video. But yeah, there's like 300 videos in the game. There's a lot of videos to watch. I've watched probably at least 100 today, just clicking, just searching different words that she brings up, things she mentions. It's really cool.
Huh.
Very cool.
All right.
Very different game.
I thought Her Story was an incredible experience. Such a simple little game. You're actually watching actual videos. They look like VHS tapes. You're watching.
Yeah.
You're on a police like you're on their computer, on their database, going through these videos, trying to figure out. There's three different interviews, but they're all scrambled. So there could be 10-second clips. They could be 2-minute clips, and you're just searching keywords. So if you can Google, you can play this game. So you're just searching any word you want to put in there, it will come up. And if that word comes up in that interview, that video will pop up. So you can just search anything you want. And you're finding these clips, and you're actually just putting the story together yourself. It's actually a really cool experience because nobody will experience this game in the same order. There's so many clips, and you can get like the last clip first, the first clip last. There's no order to these clips. I mean, there is if you put them in a timeline. They have a video on YouTube where they've put all these videos together, and it's an hour and 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. Most of your time in this game is just spent through searching and trying. I became obsessed with the story when I played it. I became obsessed, so obsessed that I looked at my clock and I was supposed to be at work 15 minutes already. Like I looked at the clock, it was 8:15. I was supposed to be there at 8. And I've never been like late to work. Oh, I was freaking out. I jumped up, made my lunch so quick, top of my truck, and I was thinking about it all day. I was just trying to put this story together. It's really, really cool. And you can play it on anything. It's just, you can play it on your phone, like Jesus was saying, or any computer.
The thing is about this game, I'm trying to put the story together. So I'm sitting here like taking notes, man. I have like a notepad out and I'm taking notes on what she's telling me. And I'm like, and I'll repeat the videos, and I'm like, why is she saying that? And I'm just sitting here taking notes. I got a bunch of notes right here, and I'm just like, I'm trying to put this story together because it really is like a murder. Like you're trying to solve a murder, but you're just trying to watch these videos, and it's really interesting.
Yeah. Spoilers to the game, though. Do you realize that once you get toward the end, it's actually she's standing behind you, right?
Oh man!
Everybody's going.
You'll know it when you feel that tap on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Or she's the zombie. That's the spoiler.
It's really hard to do this game justice and explain it to you guys.
Yeah.
Have you seen trailers, Brun, Rob?
I have not, but now I am interested in going and looking. I was searching for it on my phone already just to see what it was on and stuff. That's what I was making sure. It is iOS and it is Steam, and it's $4.99, $5.99. I think is the two differences between the two.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to explain. Like, if you guys, once you see the trailer, you'll know.
Yeah, if you want like a really good explanation, I mean, the guys here did an awesome explanation of it, of course. But there's the extra credits video series on YouTube that I had mentioned a couple times before.
Oh, yeah.
And they have James Recommends is one of the guys. He's like a developer. He recommends usually like a weird game or a game that he really likes, and that's the one he recommended this week. And I mean, I was really interested in checking it out, and after you guys are talking about it, I'm checking it out for sure this week.
So you're looking at $5 or $6 and only 2 hours of your time to experience something truly like different.
It is different.
Yeah,
it's different from any other game that I've played. I mean, the cool thing about it is like a real person. You're watching a real person being interviewed, and she's answering these questions, and she's doing all these things, and she'll start laughing out of nowhere, and you're like, wow, like you kind of start getting freaked out about it. Like I was telling Iams earlier, I mean, I'm getting kind of freaked out about watching these videos. It's kind of weird. And he was like, yeah, he's like he's like they'll get weirder, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll keep going.
They're talking about her story. Her story.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this also is that this girl has no like IMDb background. She's just I think she's a fitness trainer, or she works at a gym. She's just like a normal chick they hired for this, and she's really good. Like she draws you in, and she looks like these videos look like they're genuinely from the 90s.
Yeah,
it's
really
because
good job.
She is a psycho in real life. That's why that's why she plays a psycho so well.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But what other games have you played, Sean?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, on the Xbox One, I've been playing Game of Thrones. Like Jesus was saying, Game of Thrones is getting really deep and really good. This is the first time I've played a Telltale game where I'm looking forward to the next episode, where I can't wait for it to come out.
Which is this week, I believe.
Yeah, I actually put aside 2 episodes, 3 and 4, and I just decided I'm gonna catch up on them. And I played the 3rd one. I was like, I need the 4th one right now, so I played that one. And like the 5th one's coming out next week, which is good, which is cool because I got it on that $5 there was for a couple minutes or a couple hours you can get the season pass on Xbox One for $5.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bought it
Good deal.
then. So yeah, it was definitely good. I already had 2 episodes I paid for, but to pay $5 for the next 4 episodes was a great deal.
Really cool.
On Xbox One, I also played Borderlands Catch a Ride. Or I mean the Telltale Borderlands, which the episode's called Catch a Ride. And I noticed the further that the Borderlands one gets, the worse it runs. Yeah, the first episode was flawless on Xbox. It was flawless. And then now I'm at the 3rd episode and it's you're getting the stutters and the audio drops.
Oh,
yeah, you're talking about a developer who's they're spreading themselves too thin, in my opinion, because they just picked up like two more things. Aren't they doing like 2 other series?
Yeah,
Minecraft is one of them.
Minecraft.
Yeah, and they were doing another one, I thought.
Yeah, I heard of another one too. Can't recall the name. But I mean, Minecraft. How are you gonna make a story out of Minecraft when Minecraft is literally a guy mining and there is no story. He doesn't do anything. He just builds.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So, but cool. Was that it? Is that even?
Well, you know,
saw
I just
Lords of the Fallen.
yeah, I was trying to like keep it mostly Xbox so we could
No, what else have you been playing? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you
well,
can do anything.
I built a gaming PC recently, so
Okay.
I've been
nice.
trying to play games on there, and I've been getting swept away by more sales than actually playing games. I've only had this thing built for about 5 weeks, and I have like 60 games in my Steam library.
welcome.
Yeah, but if you look at all 60 games, and I've probably only spent $200, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, I was playing Lords of the Fallen. I started that today, and I don't know if I'm really in. I love the idea of these games, Dark Souls and Bloodborne, but I'm just not good at them, and I get so mad. I get so mad.
There's a lot of people that like those, and there's a lot of them that skip it because of that. But either way, you got to respect whatever way you go. But yeah, I definitely understand on that. Like, I wouldn't put myself. I have so much time to play games, and wouldn't want to put myself through that. But my oldest, he loves those. He loves them because, you know, he's younger and he may not be able to go and get every game every week and stuff like that. So he'll find a game that he'll sink a lot of time into, and those types of games you'll put a lot of time into. Plus, you may have to replay it 400 or 500 times.
Yeah, it might take you 2 hours to get 50 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for me though, I'm a button masher. I like to get in there. On Melee games, I like to get in there and try to get as many hits as I can before I get hit. And in these games, you can't do that because you have to know when to back off.
Right.
You know, get a hit, back off, wait for the next opportunity. For me, I jump in there, I try to get 3 hits, and I always get killed because I get slaughtered and I'm not quick enough. But but yeah, that's my journey. I mean, just taking another journey down there. I just like to have I like to have all the opportunities to play as much as I can on everything. So
yeah, cool. Rob?
But yeah, that's it.
Oh, Rob, you're up.
All right. Actually, I've got a question about the Game of Thrones Telltale game real quick before I cover my stuff. So I started the first episode, and like when it first came out, and I just lost interest in it. Does it like suck you in after a certain amount of time, or?
Yes. The story gets deep, and this is like, did you watch the show?
I've watched like the first season and a half. I just can't get myself to the rest.
That's why
I've got them all.
That's why you're not into the series, man. I mean,
Okay.
this literally takes where it starts off. It's during like a crazy part of the series. It's like it starts off like where a season of the TV show left off, and it goes off from there.
Okay.
So if you watch the TV show, you'll know exactly when the game starts where you're at. Like it's like in an episode of the TV show, and then you go from there, and the story does suck you in, and it's a really good story. It feels like Game of Thrones. It feels like you're in Game of Thrones. You're just part of a whole different family that's not in the TV show.
Yeah.
Right.
They have Ironwood or whatever it's called.
Yeah. But I mean, what's really cool is the characters in the series. You'll see them. You run into them quite a bit. Like you run into Tyrion Lannister. You run into Jon Snow, into Cersei, into the King, into all these people, and they're voiced by the actual cast of the series. So it was really cool the way they did that.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
The series and the books and stuff are awesome. Is in the game though, is winter coming?
Yeah,
I'm just wondering if winter's coming.
yeah.
Because,
I think winter is coming.
All right. Awesome. Fantastic.
Hopefully it gets there sometime.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got to get back to that. It's one of the games on the huge list of games that I've got to get back to.
It's
But
one of the
Rob,
better. It's one of the better Telltale games, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I mean, even compared to like The Walking Dead, where The Walking Dead was Game of the Year when it came out. But I mean, this is one of their better like more fleshed out stories because I think they're actually working with the writer of the books to make the story. He's actually telling them how to make the story, what dialogue to use in this Telltale series.
Okay.
Speed Golfer says, "I hate some of the choices because I know I will get
Yeah.
screwed." True. Game
Yeah,
of
that's
Thrones.
exactly how I literally for one choice I sat there and I was like, I need to pause this, and it was like like those timers they give you, like the time starts going down, and it's like you got to make a choice. You make this choice or that choice, and you're like,
rushing
you're
you.
gonna, yeah, you're gonna be screwed either way. Like you're gonna make a choice, and it's not gonna be a good outcome either way.
As long as your last name's not Stark, I think you're good.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man, I don't know. This series is crazy.
It's pretty funny.
Okay. So I got to hit that after her story. But anyway,
I would say pick it up on the sale. You'll probably see it on another sale pretty soon because the
I've
season
got it,
starts to
actually.
be over. Oh, you got the whole season? Oh, then
yeah, I got the season pass and everything. I just can't get myself to sit down and play it.
once you get to the first episode, the end. Once you get to the end of the first episode, you'll be there.
yep, you'll be all full in Game of Thrones.
Okay. So I guess I just got to plod through that first episode then
Yeah.
to fall down that rabbit hole. Okay. But yeah, some of the stuff that I've been playing after that ultimate sale or during that ultimate sale, actually, I think during our last episode, I picked up Mass Effect because it was only like $3 or $4. And with the backwards compatibility, it's playing on the Xbox One. So I started playing that thing, and man, is that thing dated?
Yeah, but
It's a good game,
oh yeah,
but you're walking around and there's like nothing. There's like it's just so noticeable with the environment that this game is what 6, 7, 8 years old, however long it is. Just because you have just this textured ground and then like a rock it just around you, and that's it. And the music is that cheesy sound like science fiction music, but the game's good. You got to put all that eye candy aside or lack of eye candy aside
yeah.
and get on with the game.
Yeah.
And it's running pretty good on the Xbox One. And then I also wound up picking up the Handsome Jack collection. It was part of that sale as well. So
Yeah.
I fired up Borderlands and I started that thing off from the beginning. And I haven't played Borderlands in a couple of years now, and it immediately brought me back to why I love that game so much. And I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I'm thinking I'm going to play it through again. But we'll see. We'll see. So that's been about it for me. Just going back in the Wayback Machine there and playing some older games
Very cool.
on the new system.
I did a Wayback Machine as well.
Yeah.
On mine. Yeah. I'll mention it here in a minute. Okay. So, what I've been playing. Okay. I'm going to start with this game because I watched Darkness429 play it on Twitch. He's a Twitch Darkness. I follow him and watch him, and played with subscribers Saturday, this Saturday, but the Saturday back. So it's been a week or so. And all I have to say is if you have a PC or if you have a PlayStation 4, you have to absolutely go get Rocket League because it is addictive and the game is fantastic. It is so much fun. So,
I've been hearing a
What's
lot
it
about
about?
this game.
oh,
Yeah.
the game is so much fun. You have to, yeah, definitely if you have a PlayStation 4 because it's on PlayStation Plus. It's free, so you
Yeah.
guys can go snag it now. Go get it and play it, and trust me, it's one of those things. You'll play it and you'll be like, Oh, okay. I see what it is. Because basically what it is, it's RC cars playing soccer. Okay. That's what it is. And, the first couple games, you'll kind of be like, getting the hang of it and stuff. And then you'll be like, I just want to play one more round because I want to get good at this. And it's like, just play another round because I want to get a little better. Oh, I scored my first goal. Okay, now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to play more. I want to score 2 goals. And it's like, I want to get good at being a goalie. And then all of a sudden, 6 hours passed. And you're already a level 11. Like I'm a level 17 or something like that. And I've been playing it almost every day. It's like I've played it more than I've played Destiny, which is also on my list. But it's $20 on Steam, or it's free.
Is it worth $20?
Absolutely, because that's where I got it. I don't own a PlayStation 4. But if they took it away from Steam right now, I would have to go buy a PlayStation 4 just to play it.
Oh yeah.
No, this is a system seller.
Yes, it is. I mean, you guys have to. Have to go play it.
I'm looking at the trailer right now, and it's just not doing it for me. I mean, there's.
Rob, it's okay. So it's a sequel of
I just don't understand.
It's a sequel to the something battle cars.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah, okay, I see now. The something game. Yeah.
All right, hold on. I gotta look it up now.
Love Pants says, "Don't you mean football instead of soccer?"
Yes. Sorry. Yes. RC cars and football.
Supersonic acrobatic rocket powered battle cars.
Yes, that's it. It's a sequel to that. So it's crazy. It's not on Xbox One. A lot of people ask if it's on Xbox One. I think Sony paid them a lot of money to become exclusive. Yeah. I don't know if it's a timed exclusive because it's a shame because that company is missing out on a ton of money from the Xbox community.
Well, and then they released it for free on PS4. That's another.
Well, that's probably why they're exclusive there. But I mean, they got their money somehow in that case. Yeah. But you have to go try it. It's awesome. So I know Jesus and Sean, you guys have PS4s. So
yeah, I have it downloaded. The same thing Rob just said. I watched the trailer because I always watch the trailers when a game comes out on PlayStation Plus. Mm-hmm. I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna play that." And I've been listening to podcasts like all week. When I work 10-hour shifts, and I have my Bluetooth headphones and I listen to podcasts. Every single gaming podcast has been raving about this game.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably one of those gameplay experience games where it's so addicting.
Here's your guys' homework then. After this podcast, because you guys are you're on West Coast, so you have plenty of time to download it, play a couple games, and then you guys can send me a message and tell me how right I am. And if you just want to send me the message now of how right I am, I'll take it now because the game is a blast. It is so much fun. But all right, so Rocket League. That is, I say Rocket League because I say league and people like what? So, also been playing Destiny. I did Destiny. Still have my 2 characters. I haven't worked on my 3rd character yet. There has been recent news. I love Bungie. Bungie is one of my favorite developers, and I don't think there's anything they could do for me not to be one of my favorite developers. They are not making their customers happy. They're just not doing it anymore. I don't know what they're doing as far as that, but now they're going around and they're nerfing like the Gjallarhorn, the Icebreaker, supposedly the Thorn's going to get nerfed, but it kind of needs it for PvE. But it's just like they're taking the best weapon. It's the unicorn of all weapons in the game, and now they're nerfing it because too many, because people are using it too much. Mm-hmm. And that's during PvE. I mean, this isn't even PvP stuff. So it's not like human versus human. It's like you against the computer. It's like they're all mad that we're beating their game to, it's not like it's super easy, but they're not making people happy. And then Hawk in here, just went and got the $80, which comes with like the game and all the DLC and the future DLC and stuff like that. That's fantastic. I think it's a great purchase. You're going to have a blast with the game because I love the game. as well. But that's just another prime example of what they're not making their customers happy, because they're charging everybody $40 for this expansion, but somebody can go spend $60, not even 80. You bought the $80 one. You can buy $60 and get everything, except for a couple emotes and stuff like that. So it's just like they're not treating people well. And now they're going to go and turn and change all these weapons. And everybody we played with, because we did raids this week, everybody I played with, man, they are not happy at all. So, I've already stated that I'm not going to be buying the DLC right away. I will probably own it. I'm not saying I'm not going to buy it. But there's too many games coming out around that time that I want to play that's new. And for $20 more, I can get a brand new game other than an expansion, which is like 2 or 3 missions. So I've been playing Destiny. I tried out the new PGA Tour. I don't know if anybody's a golfing, game on here. It hasn't been getting great reviews. They had a couple years off, which is interesting why the game's not like phenomenal, but I haven't put too much time in to make my own judgment, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And then my Wayback Machine is, since I've been playing Rocket League on my PC, I went over to the clan and popped in Battlefield 4 and played it for a good bit the last couple of days, and I love Battlefield. So it's so much fun, and I had a blast. So Battlefield 4 is on my PC is the Wayback Machine that I was playing. So I think that is about it. And perfect timing. Nope, you didn't miss much. Okay. Just what I've been playing. So.
Oh man, can we go over that one more time? I want to hear.
Yes, Destiny, Rocket League, Battlefield 4 on PC, and PGA Tour. All done.
PGA Tour.
Yeah. So, and now we can go to our roundtable. But before we do that, are you guys patrons of this Xbox Life? Can I ask you and put you on the spot?
I am not a Patreon.
No. Jesus, are you?
I am not a patron.
So, if you guys want to become, and you don't have to, by the way, is go to patreon.com/thisXboxLife. So, everybody should be familiar with that site is by now. But if you want to leave us, a $10,000 tip, you're more than welcome to at twitchalerts.com/donate/thisXboxLife. So, Jesus, I expect a wonderful tip from you.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right. So roundtable. I picked a couple topics. I wouldn't say like news or anything is like super slow this week. I mean, there's been some things out there. I tried to find things that would be great to talk about as in a roundtable form. And I have a thing here or there, but one thing I thought might be interesting for everybody is because Windows 10 is right around the corner. Let's see, it comes out a
26th.
week from Wednesday, 29th. Was it 26th? I thought it was 29th.
Maybe the 29th.
Okay.
20-something.
It's a Wednesday, a week from Wednesday. So, and it's already been reported like now, and Rob and I've already tried it. We've done it. Like you can stream your Xbox One to your PC now if you have Windows 10 on a PC or a Windows 10 device. But this article here was from Major Nelson on the 17th, which is giving you other information of new Xbox features on Xbox One and Windows 10. So when you, thank you, Speed Golfer and Hawkboo said 29th. So when you go out there, put Windows 10 on your machine. The updates and stuff I think that you have now on the Xbox One are already there. Here are some of the things or some of the following that you'll be getting, and we can talk about it, and I'll talk about maybe what's cool and what's not cool. But first one, game streaming. It's already taking place, and actually, like I said, you can start taking advantage of it right now if you have there. And what you do here is you connect a device. So when you have Windows 10, there's a new Xbox app. So it's not the Smart Glass app. It is actually the Xbox app. When you go there and you connect a device, You'll connect it, and then there'll just be, it's just right up there. It's just a button that says streaming. That's all it is. Because you can turn on and off your console from the Xbox app on a PC now. So it's not like you need to turn around, go to your Xbox, turn it on, and then go to your PC and do anything. From your PC, you just open it, just say
And,
turn on.
I found one thing that's kind of annoying with it. Maybe this is early on with it, but I set up parental controls on mine. So you have to input a code to, once you log in.
Oh.
And in order to connect to it, so I can turn it on from my laptop, but then I have to go to the Xbox to put my code in and log in as myself. Then I can go back to my laptop and stream. So that's a little annoying.
You can't enter the code from your controller that you have hooked up to your PC?
No, it gives some kind of error, because I just tried this last night or the night before. It gives some kind of message now that says you have to log into your profile first.
Oh, interesting. Make sure you report
that's a little annoying.
Yeah, report that for sure.
Yeah, give that a big old thumbs down.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as mine, like, I didn't have any issue with mine. The one thing I do not like is that you can't use the Xbox button on your controller. So everybody's familiar with that button.
You can't?
The silver one right here. Yeah, you push. I know you guys can't see me for 8 more seconds, but so just a normal Xbox button on the controller. If you press it doesn't bring up the guide or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
you have to use your mouse.
You have to use your mouse and click it there. And if you double click it, it slides open to things and stuff like that. But then it's funny because you double click your mouse and it slides open, and the first thing you want to do is move your mouse and click on something. But you can't. You double click on it and it slides open. Then you got to use your controller. So it's like they got to get the Xbox button working. I'm not sure.
So you're talking about while streaming Xbox games?
Yeah.
That's when you're saying the button doesn't work?
Yes, correct.
What's the latency on that?
When I was playing Destiny, I would say that not really noticeable. I mean, I was playing a first-person shooter. Yeah. So I was playing PvE, though, so it wasn't PvP, but, I mean, I was playing Destiny and doing just fine. I wasn't dying or anything like that. I mean, I would say, there's a minimal lag on it.
Yeah,
Rob,
if anything, because now the only time that I think I ever really noticed something was possibly on Forza Horizon 2. But it could have been the car as well, because you know how some of them are a little, laggy or oversteer. Whatever it is, they don't react like immediately.
I feel that way while I'm playing on Xbox One. When I'm playing Forza, I feel like there's too much response time here, but it's really you're just playing directly to the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on which level you're playing. Like, what setting were you playing on, Rob? Medium, low, high?
I think I started off medium, and then I went to low.
Okay. Because medium was pumping through like 5, megabytes a second? And I was playing on high, which was 9. And
if you're wired, it's better.
Oh, yeah, and I wasn't wired. I was wireless, and I was running 9. Or running on high, and I was not having that much issue at all. I don't want to say that there's at some point in time you wouldn't be able to notice it, because that's just not true. You're going to notice something, but it's not like, extreme or anything like that. Nothing that I think you're going to be like, oh, this is crappy.
I think that any kind of lag that there might be in this, and I really think that Microsoft probably worked really, really hard to minimize it as much as they can. Any small amount of lag that there is, I think you would almost instantly adjust to it and then compensate.
Yep. And that's what, that's true, because that's what I felt myself doing. And really the time that I noticed it in Destiny is when I was writing the I can't even think of what they're called. Sparrow. When I was writing my Sparrow and I was trying to make sharp turns around corners, like I was like, "Oh, I better start turning now." Oh, okay. It's like just little subtle things like that. But it's definitely really, really cool. So, and you and Sean and Jesus, have you guys been able to try it yet?
No.
No. I signed up for that where you sign up and you can get it on day one, I think, or something like that. I did
yeah.
do that.
Okay.
I'm not really even sure what to expect, but I'm just what you guys are saying. That sounds pretty impressive. I see that Hawk
does.
in the chat. He says that he was playing ESO on the porch from 50 feet away and he didn't see any lag. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna play like Halo multiplayer.
yeah,
I think,
Well-
and it's not saying that you wouldn't, be able to do well, but I think there will be like any Twitch shooters, like anything that's like a split second, like if we run around the corner, like if we both ran around the corner at the same time, and I was either wired or playing on my Xbox One, let's put it that way, I'm probably 9 times out of 10 going to beat you if you're playing wirelessly and streaming, if that makes sense. Because like I don't know the wired connection, like how that does, and I will know when I'm able to hook my main computer. Like I can't hook up my main machine right now, with Windows 10 yet. I will when I update, but I was running off a laptop, so I was wirelessly from my Xbox One going to my router, and then wirelessly from the router to my laptop, and was running on high, and it was barely noticeable.
that's
So,
impressive.
Yeah, it is. There's gimmicky stuff. Everybody knows when a company's trying to do something gimmicky. When I heard this, I was just like, it's like, that's kind of gimmicky, type of thing. But it was definitely pretty cool. So, but see you, Love Pants. Thanks for coming. See you next week. Don't forget to figure.
I think the folks that are so into the gaming that they won't play with a wireless controller, they'll play only with a wired, so that they get that extra 1/100th of a millisecond reaction time. For them, it'll probably be a problem, but for everybody else in the world, I think the streaming is going to be perfectly okay.
Yeah.
But isn't every controller on the Xbox One wireless?
You can play with a USB cable,
Oh, I guess, yeah.
like the one to do firmware updates.
You have to
do that.
be plugged in USB on the PCs. So
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried to play a game like a shooter on your TV and you set the smooth motion on?
no.
No, like a true
It's
motion
got to
like
be
that.
bad.
Yeah, it adds like
Yeah.
it goes from 30 or 40 millisecond lag to like 120 usually. And
Wow.
I've had it where I've set the smooth motion and I wanted to play a game on it and I forgot to turn it off and I'm playing for like 20 30 minutes. I'm just like, what is wrong? I'm getting mad. And I go, oh, let me flip it back over to game mode.
I've never thought about that. That's probably why. Like, I never really like to play on like a 55-inch TV or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I typically play on smaller when I'm gaming. I play on smaller TVs because it's less left to right eye movement.
Yes.
So when I play Battlefield and things like that, I'll play on a 22-inch HD screen, just because my cursor from here to here seems like I have less to worry about and I see the whole thing. Like I don't have to move my head or eyes too far to where I'm losing my right side or left side of the TV.
Yeah,
So-
I totally agree. I have a 55-inch in my room, and my whole thing with buying a gaming PC, is I was gonna hook it up to my TV and be playing like I do my Xbox. But I actually stick to my monitor, which is 27 inches, for that reason.
Right.
And everything looks better actually and smaller.
Yeah, and it's like certain games. Like I have 3 monitors spanned across right now, and I still only play on one monitor. So I guess unless it was like Truck Simulator or something like that. But
Oh, have you done that? Have you done with the 3 monitors?
no, I have not. I was going to do it with Elite Dangerous, but I have not gotten to it yet
I've
because
seen a picture.
they don't have support for it yet. You have to turn on that NVIDIA, whatever the NVIDIA thing is, and once I did that, it jacked up all my screens. It took me 3 minutes to get everything back, so it's just like, never mind. So unless it's not natively supported, I probably won't be doing it.
That always seemed cool, like to play a racing game or a sports game with all the screens. It just seems so awesome.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's the first one. Any you guys want any questions or anything on streaming part of it? Excited to try it, maybe? So,
Yeah, I'm excited to try it.
Okay.
Definitely.
So some of the other stuff now that's just obviously the streaming part, and that's kind of like their flagship, I guess, thing that they want to talk about. The Xbox app that I mentioned on Windows 10. Here's some of the other things you're going to be getting, and this first one here is the one I'm super excited about, actually. Party chat. So you're going to be able to do, now this is going to be in beta at the time, but you're going to be able to do party chat on your PC with the Xbox app with your friends, you know, in your friends list. So I could be sitting at my PC playing Rocket League on Steam and party chatting with people on the Xbox who are playing Destiny.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I love that. And it's like, I could almost like, anybody who plays a lot of PC gaming, and Sean, you might know, you said you got a gaming machine. Like, what do you use for, when you're playing with a group of people, what do you use for your communication?
I've never played with anybody.
Okay. So nobody likes you enough to play. All right.
No, I don't play. I haven't played anything multiplayer. It's been all kind of, story-based stuff so far.
Okay. Well, anybody in the chat, like, let me rattle off something. Like, Rob, have you played with any?
No.
Jesus?
No.
Ah, you console gamers. What am I going to do with you? What is this, an Xbox podcast? No. So you have TeamSpeak. Probably, I would say, which is the number one go-to.
Yeah.
Right? TeamSpeak, right behind it, you have Ventrilo. That's obviously a competitor to it. You have things like GameVox, which I know I'm in a community that uses GameVox. I'm in a community that uses TeamSpeak. That's the clan I'm in. I'm in a community that uses GameVox. They switched from TeamSpeak. I'm in played with guys in Battlefield, Bad Company, and Battlefield 3. They used Ventrilo. You have Razer comms now, so everybody knows who Razer is. All the keyboards and mice and stuff related like that. They have Razer comms, and basically you'll have people in different games that prefer different ones and this and that in the community. So you have to have like 4 or 5 chat clients on your machine. There's also Dolby Axon, which I really liked as well. Curse, I've never heard of Curse, but okay. But, you have all that stuff, and it's just like, man, I just want something that's easy, that I can get 4 or 5 people in and not have to have a whole new client on my machine and worry about servers and ports and this and that. But besides GameVox, which is actually the coolest one I've seen lately, trying to get away from TeamSpeak and stuff like that, having Xbox Live Party Chat is exactly what I would be looking for. And I'm so excited. This is like the number one feature, more than streaming, that I want. Is just so, if I wanted to come in here and play Battlefield, my buddies signed on to Battlefield, of course we could go into TeamSpeak and then other people are popping in and doing this and that. Or I could just start an Xbox Live Party. And I can't wait for it. So I'm super, super excited about that. So
Cool.
I had no idea you had to jump through all those hoops to talk to people.
It's not jumping through hoops. I mean, everything works great. Once you do, a lot of things like TeamSpeak and Ventrilo and stuff like that, everybody has like, hey, go to this link, and they'll tell you like, here's the IP address, sign up with your username, and you're in. Boom, they give you access, and you're good to go. GameVox is even easier because I can actually just give you a URL, and once you do that, and once you download the client, and you go to the URL, you're in. So it's even easier, and a lot of those are all hosted elsewhere. You don't have to worry about the servers and stuff like that.
So this will work PC to Xbox and PC to PC.
Well, it's just Xbox Live. So
it's just Xbox. So as long as anybody of your friends, let's say people that exclusively game on PC, as long as they go and make an Xbox Live account, they will be able to use it, or do they need to have Xbox Live Gold?
That is a good question. I believe the last time I read it, you do not need Xbox Live Gold.
So they're gonna drop the requirement for everybody, including console gamers. They're not gonna need Xbox Live Gold anymore.
Or is it just
for yeah? Or is that just for PC?
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do that. The last time I read, though, I thought I read that if you're trying to do party chat on the PC, you're not going to be required to have Xbox Live Gold. So I don't think. I mean, you can, even if they dropped it on the console side for Xbox Live, not needing gold for party chat. I mean, I guess that'd be good, but
I mean, I don't see how it would be fair to not make people on PC require it, but make console gamers require it.
sure, I agree. I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, them dropping it out of the gold requirement is probably not a big deal because it's a nice feature, but to me, it's not Xbox. It's not what sells Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, knowing how PlayStation Plus moved forward now, and I think you have to have PlayStation Plus to be able to party chat on PlayStation, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a requirement now.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see because I was looking to see if they had any information in the thing for it, and it doesn't say anything. But
I love how Microsoft is actually like thinking forward.
Mm-hmm.
I have both PlayStation 3 and 4. I have Xbox 360, Xbox One. I don't really have any like favorite consoles. I just kind of play on them all. But the PS4 is basically the same PS4 I got day one. I mean, now it has that thing where you can game share with your friends, and not game share, but share play or whatever. I haven't tested it, but Microsoft is constantly evolving and adding this new stuff, like the stuff you're talking about right now with all this streaming. I mean, that can turn out to something incredible in the future.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's kind of like last week when we were talking, like, how do we feel that Xbox is like right now compared to like last year, and we all agreed it's a 180. It's complete. They've completely turned everything around, and that's Xbox kind of set that last generation, I believe, with all the updates and updating the the Xbox Live experience and all that stuff. Like, they constantly would update their software and stuff. And Sony did a few updates, but it's kind of like, I think PlayStation gamers and stuff may expect that. They know they're going to get something, and if it's broke, it's just going to always be broke. And it's never, no, just kidding. They just know that, the updates and stuff are kind of far and few between, but, if things are broken, they'll be fixed. And it's just kind of, I think part of the expectations if you're a fan of one or not. So,
do you think they'll ever get to the point where you can play a Xbox One game and you don't even need the console? I mean, they could do that somehow.
Do I ever think they'll get to that?
They might not, but they probably could figure it out.
There's going to have to be something. There will have to be something. I don't think like the console will go away and then Xbox will just be an Xbox app on a PC or anything like that, because I mean, consoles are I don't say generic, but they're low cost, entry level, type of machines where games just work. Games are just going to work on them. They are not PCs, and because I've always heard that before, it's like, why not? They're like PCs. Well, yeah, but they're $400 PCs. They're not $1,500 PCs and things like that. But I think there always had to be some sort of device or hardware where it's going to be playing. Now, will they be streaming it, or could you hook that hardware up to your computer or whatnot? That's something to be discussed at some time. But I think there'll always be something around.
Yeah.
But people are asking if Rob's awake. Rob,
that was me.
Oh, that's you.
Sort of.
All right. So Party Chat, My Games is coming out. The Apple support automated discovery of Windows Store games and a large number of older non-Windows Store PC games that get added automatically to your game collection within the Xbox app upon first launch. Yada yada. Home. Updated Home to enable easy access to game streaming and allow quick launch of games from the recently played list. Your profile, you can choose to use your avatar or gamer pick. Share with your friends. Coming in July release, you can upload your local game clips and screenshots for Windows Store games to your shared collection on Xbox Live, which is like the game DVR.
Yeah.
Xbox avatars. So they're updating the Avatars app so you can use the take a photo feature and save a specific avatar photo as your gamer pick. Some of those are basically Xbox feedback if you guys go to their user voice. And I don't know what... So day one experience is for PC owners that are new to the Xbox ecosystem. We are adding a feature to the Xbox app to help you create a new account, get a gamer tag, and then land in a basic user experience that helps you get started finding games, earning achievements, and using your activity feed. Hawk did mention that they said no gold requirement on PC for anything Xbox related. So there's one thing here. Oh yeah, it is the 29th. You will need to be running the latest build of Windows 10, and the app, and then the Xbox app on Windows 10 should be automatically updated to use new version when it becomes available. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So that's kind of the other things that are on there. And any discussion on any of those? So besides streaming and party chat was kind of like the big top two I think they put on there. So
when this update releases for the PCs, is that when the update drops for the Xbox for that big new UI update?
The new UI on the Xbox, that is not coming yet. That I think is supposed to be this winter.
Yeah, later this year.
Yeah,
for November.
Yes, so later this year. And actually, the updates for the Windows 10 stuff I may actually currently be on your Xbox One. I think that's kind of what the updates that are being pushed out this month.
Okay. Yeah, because I had an update today. Yeah.
Yeah. So like a 250 something meg.
Yeah.
Update. Yeah. So I know they're pushing a lot of those already.
Okay.
So cool. All right. Next topic is NPD. I know Rob likes to do NPD numbers. Have you read or seen anything on NPD numbers this month, Rob?
No, I haven't been. No.
Okay.
I've just been enjoying my Xbox.
Yeah,
I don't care what the numbers are.
So it says Microsoft came out on top during the week of E3, but the PS4 was the top-selling overall system in June. So that's kind of just there it is. I mean, as far as numbers-wise, they mentioned that the Xbox One sales was up 51% year over year, and they were the number one selling console the week of E3, up 79%. But the Batman PS4 bundles were strong as expected. So Batman, another good game. A lot of people liking that a lot. So
I play.
Good.
Oh, and I didn't know if I think it was muted.
Oh, no.
I played that game on the PC, broken as all heck, and I still played through it and I enjoyed the game a lot.
Yeah, and they're saying they're going to patch it maybe sometime next month.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and a lot of the sales and stuff, and as far as E3 or whatever, because E3 was in the middle of the month.
Yeah.
So, and the backwards compatibility might have been something that helped out with that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they say Xbox did the best of the week of E3. That could have been the week of E3 and after. So the second half of the month they might have been the strongest, but nobody knows what the total numbers are. But
speaking of backwards compatibility, man, I mean that's such a big thing for the Xbox. It's a big slap to Sony when Sony announced, earlier this year their streaming service to be able to rent games that were on PS3 to play on your PS4 to stream them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a big slap to them in the face, and I'm glad Microsoft was able to come out and reverse the decision they made earlier last year to not make the Xbox One backwards compatible. I'm glad they turned it around and said, you know what, we are going to make it happen. But what I'm not liking is they're not forcing all the developers to do it. It's just whoever wants to do it. So it's just like we're going to get maybe we have Mass Effect 1, but when are we going to get Mass Effect 2 and 3?
Well,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
The thing is here, if you think about forcing developers to do it just wouldn't fly. Okay, because has to probably be some a little bit of time that has to be put into it. You know what I mean? Just it could be the slightest thing on the developer side. But the thing that Microsoft said, if you really think about it, is all games will be backwards compatible. All of them. They're all backwards compatible. You can do it. Microsoft says if you want it, it's done. All you have to do is tell us when you want us to do it. Or, you just tell us that this game's ready to be backwards compatible.
Because I was thinking about it the other day, and I really think so. Since Xbox One, everything runs as a virtual machine. That's probably what they do. They just probably say, okay, we're taking, whatever game it is, the original Borderlands, and they just take it, they put it into a virtual machine with the Xbox core components, and they're done.
Yep.
That's probably all it is.
Yep.
They have to package it up.
Yep. And the thing with them doing it that way, Jesus, is them saying that is it completely puts everything on the developers court.
Yeah.
So they've done a user voice and are taking game requests. I think that's just to get push it at the developer, like, hey, all of these fans of yours want your game to be backwards compatible. Can't you see that? Will you do that? Because then if it comes down to it, and they say something like, well, Microsoft, why won't you do this game? Why won't you do this game? And they'll just say, hey, the developer does not want to do that game for you.
Yeah.
So you need to go talk to them.
Have you seen that page with those votes on it? I think the highest one right now is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And I don't see Activision making that backwards compatible.
Why would that be number one? I thought the GTA.
GTA 6 was pretty high up there. GTA 5 is up there too. And I know Red Dead is really high up there.
Red Dead's
it's like number
one,
2.
Right?
Oh, I love
Is
that.
it?
Yeah. I thought Red Dead was number 1.
It's just between those two, between Black Ops 2 and Red Dead. I remember seeing going back and forth. But yeah.
Are you guys worried that you're going to start seeing more of these straight over ports like that Prototype? You're going to start seeing these games with...
Man, that Prototype, I hope they lose so much money on that.
Just to avoid that free... I mean, I can't say that they did it like that. I mean, it did come out of nowhere. But, I mean, I have a feeling you're going to start seeing more games like that. Or they might just charge for a port. They can port just the 360 one in the Xbox One store and just ask a little bit less money. Or in that case, I mean, $50, that seemed like a lot of money. But
I mean, I guess you can argue that it is Prototype 1 and 2 or whatever. But the game runs worse on a new gen system than it does on 360. So why would anybody buy it?
Yeah. So
for $50?
Yeah. Well, the game looks bad. The frame rates and everything they're saying.
Yeah,
better,
frame rates
are
there's like 25 to 20 to 25 frames per second with screen tearing on the Xbox One.
Yeah. He said it runs better on the PS3. So the top games, you're right, actually, is Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which is completely weird that it would be that. Red Dead Redemption is second. Skyrim is third. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is fourth. Halo Reach is fifth. Call of Duty Black Ops is sixth. Gears of War 3, Fallout 3, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So, and these have to be, they have to be they're for the single player campaigns is what they're for.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. I respect that, actually. If you have all those series and stuff like that, obviously it's not to be for multiplayer because a lot of those servers are shut off. If they're on dedicated servers. BioShock Infinite, Call of Duty World at War, Fallout Vegas, Left 4 Dead 2, Gears of War 2, GTA 4, Mass Effect 2, Arkham City, Halo Wars. Halo Wars is awesome. But yeah, I mean, tons of games there, and everything that's published by Microsoft Studios is automatically going to be in there. So
you think even with the new Gears of War Ultimate Edition coming out here with the remastered Gears of War, do you think they'll release backwards compatible Gears of War 1 and 2?
And 3. I don't see why not. I don't see why not.
You think they'll do it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can't, because I guess they'll just release the single player component of it, and they'll take out the co-op, and they'll probably take out the online multiplayer and all those, right?
I don't think it removes anything. It's just, if you can't, you're not going to be able to complain if they don't have dedicated servers up for the
Yeah,
for the
right.
multiplayer. But for co-op and single player story, yeah, it should work. So, I mean, I think that would
Yeah.
work just fine.
I would love to see Call of Duty, some of the older ones, Black Ops. But the only thing is, I know Activision's gonna think it might hurt their sales of their new games if
It definitely
people are-
will.
Well,
But people buy the new games for multiplayer. Let's be honest. So
Yeah.
if they don't include the multiplayer, then it won't affect the game sales.
Yeah, I mean, and they still sell a ton. I mean, I know they've plateaued a little bit and they've sold less and less over the last couple of years, but they're still selling like 15 to 20 million copies of the game. So they're going to be just fine. It's not going to cut in their sales or anything like that. Actually, one thing about those guys that I don't like is a lot of their games are still like $30, $40. Even though they're like 2-3 versions old, they still sell them at a high amount, high rate or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they'll be fine. But real quick to hit back to the sales and stuff, that's kind of where the NPDs were. Now, I was thinking about this because it seemed to be a topic on a lot of the podcasts, and Sean, you might know if you listen to IGN and stuff, they were talking about like, how they outsold, but hey, but PlayStation, PlayStation 4 still won the month, and it's just like, okay. I myself am announcing that the PS4 has won this console's life cycle. Okay? All right?
You're announcing that now?
Yes, I am announcing it. PS4 won this generation.
they're
Now,
done. Game
I'm
over.
I'm looking in the other room. My Xbox One is still there. It did not disappear. And Xbox Live is still up. And they're still making games for it. And there will be another Xbox. So I feel safe that it is okay that we can say that one console won the generation. Is that okay? Is everything all right now?
Everything is fine. I mean, last generation we all knew the 360 won. And PlayStation Network didn't go down. Well, I guess it did go down for a couple months there. But
Yeah, it did.
I mean, I don't see the big deal with this console war stuff. I mean, yeah, we love one console over the other. You prefer one over the other. But at the end of the day, it's good to have competition. And I would hate to see a company like Sony go under and not ever make another system again, because then you lose a big part of the gaming industry. They make great games for PlayStation. The Sony studios, they have Naughty Dog. They make some of the best games out there. And imagine if we didn't have a PlayStation.
Right.
It would suck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, I mean, even in the podcast that Mark said last week for us to listen to, or everybody should go listen to, the one where they interviewed the 3 CEOs of Microsoft that was running Xbox at the time. Phil Spencer even said, they would always say the first to 10 million wins.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. PlayStation 4, at that point, with him saying that was, well, PlayStation 4.
1.
Yeah, PlayStation 4 made 10 million. We're good. So, if that's who decides the winner, whoever sells 10 million first, well, I mean, Xbox One has sold over 10 million as well. We're all good, people. The console war is over for this generation, okay? So,
I think that gamers are more open-minded now than ever, and I think the numbers are gonna start evening out and eventually because I think people are more open to. So if there was people who jumped ship from Xbox to PlayStation, I find that hard to believe, but I'm sure they'll go and get an Xbox One eventually. So.
That's what I see
definitely
lately.
after backwards compatibility being announced, you don't think they're going to jump off there now?
Yeah.
I mean, lately I've seen, a lot of people going out and buying Xboxes that originally bought a PS4, but it's because they went from 360 to PS4 for all the reasons Microsoft gave them at
Yes.
E3 in 2012 or 2013.
Yeah.
And which was plenty of good reasons. I was going to go to PS4 for all the stuff they were doing that year. I mean, it made you question what their motive was with all the TV stuff they had going on. And now Xbox is more about the games, and a lot of people are buying the Xbox One now because, you see great sales on it, and all of them come bundled with that Halo Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
And you see great deals. You see, like, buy an Xbox One with the Master Chief Collection, and you get a free game with it, any game of your choice.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It's just the way they came out the door was just reason for everybody to go buy a PS4. And I was even in that group too. That's the thing is, I even thought about, I'm like, oh man, I don't know what they're doing. I just, you know, and actually we always say, it's like, I loved where they're going with the digital sharing and all that stuff. And it was almost just like people complained about it, so they backtracked. And when they backtracked, that ruined everything. Everybody was just really thrown off by that. So, but I still want them to bring that back. You know, this whole thing of like, oh, you always have to be connected, and now it's just like
we're always connected.
We're always connected, and there's games on the PlayStation 4 that need you to be always connected. So don't tell me that was the thing, or the digital versus physical, which we'll have a thing here in a minute for that. But yeah, so that was the things on the hours and stuff, and then the next one, just real quick to tack on to that because it is the same thing, that the Xbox One has reached new lows in Japan. Now we all know that for some reason Xbox does not sell well in Japan. I don't know if it's the games they offer. Or, you know, it's
just loyalty to Sony.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, that could be true. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. They don't have to buy the console. But they sold 100 consoles in Japan for June. So, you know, I feel bad for Microsoft, and I know they really want to do well there. Just people just don't want your product. Don't send it over there.
Yeah, just anymore. Pull out of there.
Pull it, and then the time that you come up with something really, really well, or that's really awesome, and that just drives sales crazy, let's say in the future, and then everybody in Japan wants one, tell them no.
Or shipping, charge them extra for shipping and handling.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, not that they would never do that because they would never turn down sales, but it's just like, you know, don't send stuff anywhere over there anymore. Just you're wasting your money doing it. Save yourself some money there, and that will pass it down to us. How about that? So, but yeah, new low in Japan. I feel bad, but you know, obviously people in Japan just for some reason don't like Microsoft or don't like the Xbox. So,
you know, I look at these numbers and they're just ridiculous. It just shows me that those people don't game at all. Because looking at these numbers, so the new 3DS, and I'm not sure what LL means, but I'm assuming it's just the new 3DS. Okay. There's like 19,000 of them sold. I mean, that's nothing.
Right.
Do you think it is that maybe they own enough systems and they're not the type to be like, you know what, I don't need to buy that new system. I already have this to game on.
Yeah, well, they do a lot of mobile gaming and stuff like that. And then also they've already been, you know, tricked into buying 6 different colors of the DS. So, and yes, I said collars, Rob. Like
collars.
The thing on your shirt.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. What can you say? So, the last topic we have for tonight is one, and Sean even had some comments on it. So, I told him to save them for the show. Is the Guardians Collector's Edition of Halo 5. And we talked about this, I think, last week or a couple weeks ago. Is you have Halo 5 regular. You can buy it digital. You can buy it physical. There is the Guardians Limited Edition, which is the $99 version. Comes with like a book and this and that. Only physical. You can only buy it physical. Which I said is crap. They should give me the choice if I want physical or digital and to get everything else with it. Because the Collector's Edition, the Guardians Collector's Edition, the $249 one, came with the statue and the book and this and that, everything that the limited edition comes with, except for the game was digital, which I thought was completely weird. It's like you'll let the most expensive version be digital, the middle version is physical only, and then the lowest end is either or. People were not happy about that. They wanted their physical copy. So I don't know if it's just because of the whole collector's part of it, if they're all just physical players or not. But Bungie, or not Bungie, 343 has came out and said that you can trade in your digital code for a physical copy for that version. which is really cool of them. That's awesome of them. Don't go use your code and then expect to trade it in, by the way. But you'll be able to trade in your code for a physical copy of Halo 5. But I would say I want that choice for the limited edition. I will buy the limited edition if you let me do a digital copy of it. And if they don't want the extra $30, $40, then they don't have to do that. But it's just, hey, I'm just offering. So, Sean, you said that back in the day you would be arguing and not happy about that as well, but today you have a different say into it, or what?
Yeah, well, before I was completely against digital. I would not buy a game digitally ever. I had to have the physical copy. I had to have my shelf over here with games on it. I like looking at the shelf. I don't know why. I like to look at it. It's like a collection of stuff I've bought and collected. I like the physical stuff. I started
probably because that's what you always did.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. All the way back to like Nintendo 64. I keep all the boxes and the little things. But me and my roommate started for console sharing. Since we live in the same apartment, it's easier just to split the price on games. And now it's like all digital. And now I got a gaming PC. I'm like, I don't want anything physical. I just want digital. I want it all right there. I want to be able to just click on it, scroll over to it, and just play it, start it. I like that. And what you're saying, that would be nice to buy like a physical copy. I mean, PC is kind of the same way. You could buy a physical game and still get a Steam code in it, which is kind of nice. I bought a couple games for like $1 off of Best Buy. I got the boxes. I downloaded from Steam, and now I have a physical copy over there, but I still got digital, which is always nice.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I can see, like I said, I can see where the people come from, and obviously we have some fans of the show and stuff that are huge collectors. I mean, they're over 6,400 games or something like that. I think it's where Jason and John are at now, but you know, it's crazy, their collection. So I can see where digital kind of may ruin that for them, and I feel for them, and hopefully they can figure out something, you know, or something can be done for that. But I'm the same way, and I think people that have PC or do PC gaming are more open to the digital side because it's just really not much you can do for the PC. I mean, I guess you can if you want, but Steam, and I don't want to use sales like Steam sales or anything like that, but it's just so easy to sit down at my desk, buy 2 or 3 games, and just play them, you know, and not have to travel, because to me I have to travel 40 minutes to the nearest game store if I want to buy a physical copy of something.
Ouch.
So I mean, you know, I think digital is just the easier way. Now, if you're buying a $249 collector's edition and you want the physical copy, so you know, so it can sit on the shelf or whatever, then I can definitely see why you have something to argue about. But then I should be able to buy my $99 copy of it and get the version that I want out of it. So that's the best part about you know, making that choice. Unfortunately, digital is going to be the way that it eventually ends up. So I don't know what else to say on that other than, you know, I would say before this console's end, because we already see some companies that are releasing games digital, and then months later they're releasing physical, and I think we actually have one in our thing now, because Jesus pointed it out when he was talking about that, or when we were going over the games that are coming out this week. So, but
I don't see the big deal in this, man. I mean, you're getting the collector's edition. You're getting everything else with it. You're just not getting a disc,
right?
And you're still getting a code. I don't see the big deal when you're gonna install the game into your hard drive anyways. Just download the game onto your hard drive.
Well, it could, like, I know with some of these ones here, like, you get a pretty nice bookcase, hard case, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if the steel bookcase comes and you open it up and there's a card in there with the digital code, is one thing. But I mean, if you're not getting the steel bookcase because there's no physical copy, I can understand. Like, if you're spending that amount of money I can kind of understand if you kind of want some sort of choice, but then, you know, I can kind of see the other side where, hey, they're telling you up for, they're not sneaky, they're not tricking you.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing that, but, you know, some people want the physical and they'll, you know, fight for that choice to do so, but unfortunately I don't get to fight for my choice. You know, which is kind of crappy. But no, my choice is I'll just pay $60 for the game and not $100. But,
Well, the steelbook case, you know, it could be used for holding a bunch of promotional art. You know, usually they give you a bunch of paperwork with these collector's editions, and they'll give you a bunch of screenshots or, you know, artwork or whatever. And you can put that in there. I don't see the big deal, the big fit over this, but I mean, it's a good thing. At least they responded and they said, okay. You know, if you want your disc, go ahead and give us your code. But I wonder if you're able to use the code, redeem it, and turn in the code to get a physical copy.
no.
Or how are they going to be checking these codes? Like, okay, let me check if your code has been used or not. And then
My guess would be if they were smart about it, the one-time use code that you put in to download your copy, it'd be a one-time use. You put into another site that asks for your address and stuff, and then you go from there. Otherwise, they're going to get two copies of the game. There's no way they can do that. So, and then if you go and, you know, be prepared though, if you're going to buy that version, be prepared that you're not going to be playing Halo 5 the first night. You're going to be playing Halo 5 like, you know, 2, 3 days, 4 days after that.
Yeah.
So, because you're going to have to get that physical copy. But yeah. So yeah, Hawk's like, I have 90 digital games on my Xbox and no physical games. I'm the same way. I'm straight digital too. So
I need more tiles, man, on my Xbox. I always find myself having to go to like my games and apps to just look at all my games. I'm like, man, I wish they had like 100 tiles. I could just put all my games under like one tile or something.
that's why I like the new. If you guys haven't seen the new look of what the Xbox dashboard is going to look like, yeah, it looks like it's going to be so much easier to get to your games and stuff, which it should be. It is kind of a pain to flip through the my apps and games and stuff. So, but yeah, can't wait for that. A lot of people hate it. They're like, it's ugly and it's horrible, and I'm just like, you haven't even tried it yet. You can't watch a video and say it's crappy. It's like people saying that Halo 5 is game as it stinks, or, you know, whatever the next PlayStation 4 game is when it comes out in 5 years, that it's crappy already. They haven't even played it. So, but yeah, all right, cool. That's all I had. Did you guys have any other topic on that you'd like to discuss?
No.
Nope. All right.
I plead the fifth.
What? No. What did I do?
You didn't do anything.
Okay.
But hey, we should non-Xbox related. We should give a proper moment of silence for Mr. Iwata,
Oh yes.
Nintendo president.
Oh yeah.
He passed away last
Sad.
Sunday, and yeah, that is it's going to affect a lot of gamers, and it also he paved the way for a lot of our gamers today and our generation of gamers. So
Yeah. When I read that, I was just like, because I knew he wasn't old. He wasn't like passing away of old age, and I didn't know he was like still that sick. I know he's kind of disappeared a little bit here and there, but then when I saw he, passed away, I was just like, oh my gosh, you didn't see that coming. And as far as the public, I mean, their family might have known a lot more than we did, but yeah, it is really sad. Man, did he work on a lot of games. So it was like almost every Nintendo game, like back in the day, was had his name on it. So
Yeah.
but
there's a really cool quote that he said, and I bet you I'm not going to be able to find it quick enough to say it on here. So you know what? I'm not going to find it.
well, you can look for it because you have Iwata, and then you have not Kojima. I heard it on a podcast. They were saying that he just was like, okay, my enemy, my nemesis is going to be like, and it was another developer. I can't remember which one they picked. And it was just like, well, why is he your enemy? He's like, I don't know. I had to pick something because he always wanted to strive to be the best. And then it's like those two like worked side by side for years after that, and he actually got to the the pinnacle of being at Nintendo and running Nintendo and stuff like that. It's just hard worker and a great person there. So yeah, thanks for reminding me. I completely skipped over that, but yeah.
Here's his quote. His
Okay.
quote is, "On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer, but in my heart, I am a gamer."
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool. Yeah. Very neat. So,
Sad week.
yes. Yep.
But this paves the way for pushing Nintendo to maybe try new things with their new president that comes on board. I don't know if he has been announced yet, but it might change the way Nintendo looks at the future. They might take more risk. They might try to appeal more to fan base of Xbox and PS4 instead of the fan base they have now, which is a huge fan base they have because they're still alive and thriving. But might change the way Nintendo goes forward.
Yeah, it depends because he was one of the first, or like one of the very few presidents of Nintendo that weren't within the family. So it all depends if they hire, if they promote within, if they go straight, promote within the family to take it over, or if they go outside, which would be really interesting if they went outside of the company. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good point.
But I mean, he did see Nintendo through like the most success they've had. I mean, they've launched the DS when he was president. They launched the Wii, which is their most successful home console. They had great success with him being the president of the company. So they might take a risk and do it again.
Yeah, very true. All right. Cool. Community time. So that's it for roundtable. Now we're going to hit the community section. Before we do that, if you want to look like you belong to the community, you can go to cafepress.com/this Xbox Life, and tons of stuff out there. Maybe you can buy you can buy a TXL. I know I'm picking on you today, but I look behind Sean there, and he's got posters.
Yeah.
I can see. I think I see a Mortal Kombat poster behind him, and
Yeah.
there's some zombies there and stuff. And I look behind you,
It's
and
blank.
yeah, I'm trying. It's completely empty. So I think there might be a TXL poster that you can buy.
I'm looking at this Cafe Press. I'm looking at you guys. You guys have a lot of T-shirts, man.
Yes.
You guys like almost every color on here, and there's a lot of T-shirts.
Yep.
Pretty neat. Looking at your cups. You guys have a lot of cups, water bottles.
Are there posters? Are there posters for your wall?
I don't see any posters, man. You guys need to get on that.
Well, I can
Make
take a
some
picture of
posters.
myself, and I'll do a nice pose for you, and you can put a picture of me behind you on your wall. So
You guys have grocery bags on here.
nice. I mean, it's Cafe Press has just tons of stuff. It's like, what do you want your logo on? And it's just like, check all. So, what, Hawk? You don't
Nice.
want me to have him have a picture of me on his wall?
Who says he doesn't already? He probably has it on his phone though.
Yes.
It's a
Those are
screenshot.
secret. Those are secret text messages. You can't be shown those. So, all right. So that is Cafe Press, and all right. To get into the community, there are multiple ways to get a hold of us. You have first is by voicemail or email. So to send a voicemail, go to thisxboxlife.com. On the right hand side, you'll see send voicemail. Click it. Follow the prompts. Record your voice. You will have to have a microphone. Record it, and we will put it on the show and answer your question. If you want to email us, it's contact@thisxboxlife.com, and we'll also read those on the show. You can tweet us, which is twitter.com/thisxboxlife. And our most widely used way to get a hold of everybody is through our Facebook group, which is facebook.com, whack groups, whack this Xbox Life. Which we did have one thing, and I picked it out, Rob, because It was recent, and they were talking to you, and forgive me if I say your name wrong, but it's Jeffrey. I'm gonna say Rittenauer, because we have people in my hometown that's Ridenauer, so I'm gonna say Rittenauer, and he says, Rob, talking about Destiny Infinity, you can mix characters. Like you could play as Jack Black and Lightning McQueen. I don't know if he means Jack Black or if he means Jack Sparrow. Because I don't know where Jack Black and Disney Infinity would be.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so Jack Black sells. But it looks like you can mix and match characters. So I don't know if it was a couple weeks ago when we were going through the Skylanders, Disney Infinity 3.0 stuff. You might have posed a question of mixing characters.
How does that work? How do you mix them?
I imagine you just put multiple characters on the base.
Yeah.
And it puts them in the game.
That's got to be what he's saying, because I think I know what this is about, where I think I had made a comment about how when you used, let's say, like the world for the Incredibles, that you needed the Incredibles characters.
Right.
I think he must have been referring to that. It just, if it does allow you to do that, and I thought that there was some kind of issue when we tried it with the 360 version, but I don't know how you could do like a car race with like a Jack Black. You know, you'd need a Lightning McQueen.
Right.
Jack Black wasn't Disney. He was one of the Seven Dwarfs, right?
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Jack Black. I always thought he was a dwarf.
Is he a comedian?
Really. You guys are all really trying to think about it. Oh, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Like,
No. But yeah. So like I said, that's something.
I wouldn't be surprised if you can mix them, but I think that you would need the ones for the particular environment. Yeah. Okay.
Man, I haven't had to ban somebody in a long time off Twitch.
I was wondering how long that was gonna take, man.
Until today. But you know, it's one of, we have a great number of people that comes in and stuff like that. Yeah. And every once in a while you get that one person that it's because they don't care and they just want to be cool. Like, I'm not streaming the Twitch chat on our show, so you're never gonna see it again. But yeah, so but it's not Gunny Chief, who I banned, who just popped in. It's doing great, Gunny. How are you?
Yeah, let's get rid of Henley right there. Let's delete him.
Yeah. So it all depends on how Gunny answers this question. Gunny, who's your favorite host? He fell asleep. So did Rob. No, I'm just kidding. But all right, Rob, are you ready to earn your paycheck?
Let's do this. All right, this week's retail releases. Got a couple of things, actually pretty decent list this week. We'll start off with Xbox One. So first off, we have the Zombie Army Trilogy. This is coming out on Tuesday.
That's been out.
Well, this is the physical. So when I was talking earlier about the digital came out like a couple months ago, I guess, and Jesus looked it up and goes, "Oh, that's the physical copy."
I'm sorry for interrupting.
I'm surprised it even made a physical copy for this game.
Why bother?
Yeah. No, you didn't
review
interrupt
very well at all.
You didn't interrupt. That's perfect timing because I almost forgot to mention that. Because Jesus said the same thing. That's been out forever. I'm like, I don't know. It's on the list. Stop yelling at me.
All right. Then next up, we've got Tembo, the Badass Elephant. I was looking at this thing, I think last night or the night before. This is weird. I mean, the art on it looks okay, but man, some of these games that they're coming out with are just freaky.
He's got nothing on Dumbo.
Yeah. Then F1 2015. Mm-hmm. As we said earlier, the Game of Thrones episode 5, A Nest of Vipers. And lastly, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, coming out on the 23rd. Xbox 360 as a short list this week with Game of Thrones episode 5, A Nest of Vipers.
And that's all we need, Rob.
Yeah, that's right.
Say all three of you.
I got to get cranking through the first 4 episodes then.
I promise when she gets to the end of episode 1, it'll click and you'll want to go right into episode 2.
Yeah, I mean the first section, like when you're in that fight in that like army camp. I mean, that was okay. That was pretty decent. But then once you were inside that big castle of the family or the clan that you're in, and that was just a chore.
Hmm.
But
Because Game of Thrones is a lot of talking. It's all just dialogue.
yeah, it is. I mean, there's a lot of
It could get
dialogue.
kind of boring if you're not into the story. It could get kind of boring.
Yeah.
The
So
the Cowboy Way 07 just popped on. Said sorry I'm late. Got caught up in The Last of Us for about 5 hours. And said how's it going? So not only did Gunny fall asleep, the Cowboy Way is playing another game on the enemy console, comes into the show and admits to it. No, I'm just kidding.
The Cowboy Way is Matt. He's from the Horrible Gamers group.
Oh,
So I left a message in there for people to come. So I'm glad, man. Hey, thanks for showing up.
yes, late at the end
get right
because of a
back.
PS3 game that you're probably playing on PS4 because you bought it 6 times. No, I'm just kidding. So, thanks for coming. So, but all right, Rob, where can they get them? Where can they get the physical copies?
Of some of these things.
Of some of
Very
these
good
things, yeah.
question. You can find this stuff and more on Amazon. Make sure to use our This Xbox Life affiliate link. You can find that by going to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon or on the homepage. Just click on the big Amazon link. It'll take you there. And make sure to use that link within 24 hours of your purchase, or just make it a habit of going there right before each and every purchase. And you'll support whatever habit you're you're purchasing for and the show at the same time. Also, if you're on iTunes, make sure to rate us 5 stars. It helps us get featured and helps us move up in the ranks on the iTunes stores.
Yep.
And that's about it.
Jesus is reading his notes from her
Yeah.
story.
And I'm trying to figure this murder out, man. It's insane. I'm telling you guys, her story. Go and play this game. It's only $5 or $6. I recommend it to anybody, and it runs on any PC. If it can run on my laptop, it can run on anything, man.
Yeah.
Literally.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out for
yeah.
sure.
Oh, absolutely. So, Sean and Jesus, you are from Horrible Gamers. Do you want to give off some info, like when your guys' live show is and website and stuff?
Yeah. Usually our show is on Saturday, live on Twitch. You can find us at around 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 Eastern. Find our Facebook group at Horrible Gamers Podcast. It is a closed group, just like TXL's group. Your wife will never know what you post on there if you never tell her to go join the group. So when you go buy that brand new PS4, she won't find out about it until it's sitting under the TV.
Nice.
Also find us on Twitch. You can find us at Horrible Gamers. Find us on YouTube, on anything else really. And of course, you can find me on Xbox Live, gamertag Jesus Walks a Lot. On PSN, my gamertag is also Jesus Walks a Lot, but it's not spelled like JESUS. Walks a Lot is spelled G with the letter G, SUS, Walks a Lot.
And that's because PSN
Sony,
PSN won't allow the word Jesus.
Yeah.
And what was the joke that I said yesterday?
I forgot.
I said, oh yeah, I said mine works, so they'll allow BJS, but they won't allow Jesus.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, he got a couple of things wrong. It's Horrible Gamers Podcast on Twitch, and
sorry.
it's all good. But we should send him to the right place. And it's Horrible Gamers. What's with the Z? Don't ask because we don't have a valid enough answer. But it's Horrible Gamers with a Z because we're the cool kids. And my name is Sean. I go by they call me Iams, all one word. Iams is spelled just like the dog food.
They call him dog food.
They call me dog food. It's because I like dry dog food and milk because I couldn't afford cereal. No, it didn't happen.
Did not happen. You failed.
If you want to put your, don't put it in as a link, but put your name in the chat. A couple people are hopping on there asking. So gamers, so gamers. So There you go. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys coming out.
Thank you for having us on, man. I mean, we enjoyed being on here and replacing Wingman. Now we expect to receive his paycheck.
Yep.
Split
Actually,
between us.
well, what it is, I won't split it. I'll just actually double it, and you guys can each have your own thing. We pay him 0, so you guys actually take triple. You can have triple of what we pay.
Triple zero.
Yeah. But,
Wingman is the king of rants, and me nor Jesus could actually pull a rant off like Wingman, because he's the king of it. I've been listening to you guys.
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to you guys for 4 years, like solid. So I feel like I'm part of the the community.
I want to get on the show with Wingman again and just rant about something. We need to find something to rant about. So whenever he's back on, he can invite me and we can discuss something about how PS4 is much better than Xbox One.
That's because it sells more. That's why it's better.
Yeah,
it sells
of course.
more. But all right, cool. Well, thanks for coming, guys. We appreciate it. So, but signing off for the night, everybody. We will be back Wednesday, in about couple 2-3 days.
Are you
days.
sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be recording on Wednesday. I have
Okay.
Thursday and Friday off, so there's no reason for me not to record on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
So, but yep, I will be back Wednesday, with or without Robin Wing. So, but all right, I'm Brun, BJ Swick33. Everybody, have a good one.
So Rob, also known as Prestar. Thanks for listening, everybody. Catch y'all next week.
Goodbye. What, you want us to sign out again?
Yeah, do it again.
Oh, okay. They call me I am Sean. You.
And Jesus Walks a lot on Xbox Live. Go and find me.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.